Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. It's a young adult thriller. There is about an 8-week wait on Libby for this book, and on Goodreads it's a 4.12. So this is actually Megan's debut novel, which makes me think that she's going to have some pretty good books coming out in the future. I'm going to be watching out for her for sure. It's about this 17-year-old girl wakes up in a ditch bloody one evening, and she can't remember anything. She can't remember how she got there, why she's there. She can't remember her own name. She ends up at a police station. A guy comes in and claims to be her dad, so she's released to him. So it just doesn't feel right being with him. It does feel familiar to her though. She keeps getting some flashes and things. Meanwhile, back home, her boyfriend is getting accused of her disappearance, and some people are even blaming him for her murder. This is an easy read. I finished it in one afternoon. I felt so bad for Drew, the boyfriend, because he was such a caring kid. All the insights into his feelings and things. I just wanted him. I felt like he was getting the short end of the stick through most of the book. But I did like Max, his cousin. He supported him from the beginning, which actually made me think that maybe he had something to do with it, because why would nobody else is being supportive? It just turns out that he was just a good character. And he brought so much levity to serious situations without taking away from the situation needing to be that serious. He had a great sense of humor. I think he was probably one of my favorite tertiary characters in the book, for sure. In the beginning, I did not like Autumn. She is the definition of a fair weather friend to the extreme. She was one of the people spearheading calling him a murderer. You really do end up loving her though. I do like the way Drew and her end up taking care of each other in the end. I just wish she was a better friend to him in the beginning of the book. And when she flips back into being okay with him again, it's almost like almost nothing flipped her back. Speaking of that, I don't understand why in books there's always this tell only half of the truth or part of the truth. They're always saying things like they don't want their reputation to be affected or somebody to be mad at them. But the alternative is, it seems suspicious that you're not telling the full truth, so you're gonna get accused of kidnapping or murder, and that is definitely gonna affect your reputation. Like, why are we so accepting of characters in books not wanting to affect their reputation by telling the full truth when the alternative is being accused of murder, something much worse? Sheriff Roone, which is Autumn's dad, he is one of the, well, not worst characters in the book, but come on, he's not a likable character. He wouldn't follow up on leads, and then in the end, he claimed he knew that it was some kind of Ted Bundy stuff the whole time, and they were just okay with a minor who woke up in the ditch, bloody, doesn't know her name. They're okay with her just not going to the hospital. I don't think that was realistic. I did appreciate the Schitt's Creek reference from Autumn though. I would die for Moira too. So the ending was a little bit bittersweet. I read on some reviews, people talking about how much they cried. I didn't cry. I'm a crier, but I didn't cry at this ending, but it was bittersweet. The epilogue, usually I feel like the epilogue is like a cool down, a summary of what happens later, and all of my feelings start to settle. This epilogue did get me a little bit more emotional. I didn't cry, but it was touching. It was bittersweet for sure. I'm not sure if I like an ending like that that's not predictable, not the happy ending, but I also wanted everything to work out in the end. I loved Drew. I hope in the fictitious world of Drew's life that he, finds happiness and is able to process and settle all of everything that happened to him. And I want him to move away from that town, away from those people. He needs to go and start his life somewhere else and just be a happy person. Overall, 4.0. This is a good read. It's an easy read. It didn't feel like childish young adult. It's not an extremely complex story, but it wasn't too simple. I think considering that this was her debut novel, she's gonna have more great things to come, so I will be watching out for her. Alrighty guys, so tell me if you've read this book, what your opinions are, if you like it or not, if you had any outstanding questions, because I really didn't have a whole lot in the end. Everything is wrapped up pretty well, but I wanna know your opinions. Alright, so be watching out for my next videos. I'm currently reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So I'm definitely gonna review that one as well. Let me know what's on your lists, things I should put on my to be read list. All right guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.